Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. You know the music, you know the movie, and now here's your chance to enjoy The Sound of Music on stage. It is at Playhouse Square through the weekend. Please give a wonderful and warm welcome to actor Nicholas Rodriguez. It is so good to have you here.
It's so good to be here.
I feel like I've known him my whole life already. We've only been talking for about 10 minutes before. What an exciting role for you, though, to play. You play the male lead role. Captain
Georg,
not to be confused with George.
Yep.
It's the Austrian version of George.
Everybody knows that.
And I feel like The Sound of Music is something that generation after generation has just grown to love.
Absolutely. I mean, it's iconic. It's in its own way. You know, I grew up first seeing the film when it would come on that once a year. I think it was like around Thanksgiving time or something, you know, and the whole family would watch it. And never in a million years did I think that this like Latino boy from Texas would be playing Captain Von Trapp in the national tour of The Sound of Music. But it's just awesome. You know, the music lives on. Everybody knows it, whether it's your first time at the theater and you're 6 or you're 66. You know, people are taking something away from it, and it's so wonderful to be a part of something like that.
When you have Rodgers and Hammerstein music, I mean,
absolutely.
You can't beat that.
You have The Sound of Music. You have My Favorite Things. You have The Lonely Goat Herd. I get to sing one of my favorite all-time songs, Edelweiss, you know, every night, standing on stage with the guitar, petrified. So it's pretty amazing. These guys, 16 going on 17, yeah.
It just, the role that you have, the show itself, it is such an iconic show and role and movie. Did you put pressure on yourself at all coming into this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, probably more so, I think, than any role that I've done before, because it was so beloved. Christopher Plummer, you know, starred in the film. And I remember when I first got the telephone call, I was actually on vacation to come do this, and I thought, there's no way, I'm not that old, and I'm too young. And then I realized that he was 34 when he shot the film. He just felt older because he just had that amazing presence, and let's be honest, I was a kid when I saw it. So now I turned 40 the week I went into the show, and it's just interesting to all of a sudden.
You don't look it at all, man.
Thank you. I was setting that up. I was wondering if you were going to swing for that, but thank you, I appreciate it.
So, I mean, this is based on a family, right after World War II. Now, I'm sure that you have also become quite a family.
Absolutely. You know, being on tour, that just happens, you know. This is a real-life family that really did make this trip, you know, over the Alps to be freed from the Nazi takeover. And we're not running on tour, but we live together. I mean, we travel together, we work together, we stay in hotels together, and we really do become a family. You know, in the show, I have 7 kids, but we also have 2 off stage, so there's 9 of them. And
do you have kids in real life?
I don't have kids in real life, but I'm happy to borrow these.
Does it make you think after seeing 7 kids, well, maybe I don't necessarily need kids?
I'm good. I'm good. Me and my dog, we're good. You know, but I love getting to, you know, to have these kids on loan for a little bit, and their parents are super cool. You know, they let me take them to a baseball game. You know, we hang out. We have a good time.
Wow. Well, I know you're only here for a week, but we got to try to get you to a game of some sort.
Man, I want to. I gotta go. I want to go to the Indians Blue Jays game. If we could make one happen during the day.
We gotta get you there. Hey, and I know that a lot of you, especially ladies at home right now, might be sitting there looking at him and thinking, how do I know him? I just have to bring this up because I think it's so cool. One Life to Live. He played Nick on One Life to Live. So what was that like for you? I mean, you've played different roles. You've done the theater aspect, then acting on a soap opera.
Well, it was so cool. I mean, it was my training is in opera and in theater. So when I started, it was very scary and daunting, you know, because it's really fast. But the most comforting thing happened my first day on set. One of the character players that had been there for 19 years came up to me. I was so nervous to meet her. She said, "Oh my God, you've been on Broadway." And I was like, you know what? The grass is always greener. Like, you know, it's always.
They're intimidated by you.
Exactly. It was. I don't know about intimidated, but you know, we can all be impressed and continue to learn from each other. And it was just made me feel very relaxed. I'm like, okay, we're good.
So, do you ever think that you could still kind of play a dual role as you continue your career? Do something else in maybe.
It was the biggest thrill. I mean, at that time, doing a show at night and filming a TV show during the day, it was exciting. You know.
I can only imagine. But again, you can see him in this magnificent performance of The Sound of Music. They are here now through July 23rd at the Connor Palace Theater in Playhouse Square. Tickets only start at $20.
And they're going fast.
I can guarantee you they are. So get on that train, jump aboard and see this, because it is a show that you obviously don't want to miss. And Nick will not disappoint. I'm telling you. Can I call you Nick too in real life?
We're tight like that.
Okay,
you
so
can, Nat,
get the Nicholas. You got it. Nick and Nat. There we go.
Our own
Thank you
show,
so much
it's a
for coming in. He can give me some tips and pointers, I'm sure.